Let me see. Please ask everyone to join. There are only 15 kids. One of you just post in the class group, children. Is there any new child who has joined today? Sakshi. There are how many Sakshis in the class? Yesterday, while I downloaded the attendance, I found one more child named Sakshi. She had mentioned her roll number as 28. One of you just post in the group, Vedant or somebody just post in the group, children. I'm just telling you the roll numbers, the absentees. You just mention roll number 256. Who is taking it down? Vedant, are you taking it down?
No,
One of you
I
just post in the class group. Any one of you just post in the class group. Roll number 2, roll number 5, 6, roll number 8, 9, 10. Just go on writing the roll numbers. Type the roll numbers. 2, then 5, 6, then 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18, 22, 26, and I think there's a new admission, 28. Have you all written? Who is writing?
yes, ma'am, here.
Okay. So please write there, Preetham. Ask everyone to join. Just write there. These are the absentees. And I'll share with you all the attendance sheet also, if you would like to see. I don't understand why children are not attending classes. Only 15 are there. Very sad scenario. Okay, we'll continue. I'll discuss about I'll show you the attendance sheet later. So we were discussing, children, about the video conferencing methods, and video conferencing is nothing but where you can see people face to face and you can have a conference, you can have a meeting. You don't have to travel all the way to different places, especially during the pandemic. No, this was the most used method because people couldn't travel because of the lockdown. So they used to be confined within their home. They could communicate with each other quite easily. It not only helps. See, earlier people used to think, no, have to meet, then only the meetings can take place. But today, due to the pandemic, people have been taught that it is not that without meeting also we can conduct a proper conference. It's not necessary that we need to meet each other. So this was proved true by the pandemic. And due to the pandemic, everybody started working from home and all the techniques and technology started taking place. So video conferencing help people in business. You could have meetings. You could save a lot of money. You can conduct your meeting sitting in the comfort of your house. You don't have to travel. Like when you traveling expenses are there, then you live in a hotel. Hotel expenses are there. Food expenses are there. You can save on all these things. Uh, Video conferencing is really has been a boon for those companies. Then uh, even in your class, like for example in the case of children, all the children were attending their classes. It was also a part of video conferencing when the teachers are keeping the cameras on or when the students keep their cameras on. That means it is a video conferencing that is going on. Basically, you have an interaction. You also had your orientation in this manner, right from orientation. And what do you call, even children who are living in remote areas who cannot travel, even now the same situation is going to occur. As in when the government decides reopen colleges, I guess that will be with the consent of the students and the parents, and those who are not willing to come to college may have to attend college from their respective homes, like online. Another thing is children. There are a lot of people who say that, I cannot travel and come, I'll better attend online. But they don't even attend online classes. So that's a wrong thing to do. If you are saying that no, I'm going to attend online classes, I won't be able to travel, then it's better that you attend, but they don't even attend online classes. Forget about going for physical classes. So all these drawbacks are also there. We can't help it much. Sometimes it happens that technical errors are there. I told you, every day you can't have a technical error, technical problem. Until and unless, of course, you are living in remote area where there is no facility. Then in such a scenario, such a case, that is the reason government actually started schools in rural areas, because the children in rural areas did not have the privilege of using mobile phones or laptops or tabs, just like you all had. So that is one of the disadvantages, I would say. Hence, it is important, children, that you need to understand that if you say that you're going to attend online, then you need to attend online. It's not like you say something and you're doing something else. Okay. So glitches are there. I do agree. That's why government started with rural area schooling first, because children in city still had the privilege. At least one mobile phone was there in the house, so children could attend classes. But what about those? Not enough people had at least one laptop with them. But what happened is, in rural areas, people don't have that facility. People do not have Wi-Fi. Here in Bombay, majority of the households, I guess, had Wi-Fi since so many years. But in remote areas, in rural areas, you cannot expect that. Hence, maybe few houses have it. I'm not saying that nobody has it. In rural areas, also, you have people who are quite well off, who are quite rich, who can afford everything. It all depends on your financial stability and the need. It's not only about financial stability. Do I need it? Do I need a Wi-Fi connection? Am I using it? If I'm not using it, I'm not using the internet. If I'm satisfied with the data that I'm getting in my phone, then why do I need a Wi-Fi connection? But because of this pandemics like situation, every household was bombarded and exploded with the technology that we are talking about today. So you are indulging in video conferencing through various techniques. You have your phones, you have your tablets, you have desktop, laptop, whatever. Then we come to audio conferencing. The only difference between teleconferencing and video conferencing is that you are having a call on the telephone. That is, you are only able to listen to the person. Whereas in video conferencing, you can even see the person. And remember one thing, children, during video conferencing, it's usually mandatory that the speaker, until unless, of course, the presentation is going on, they are supposed to keep their cameras on. And they are supposed to follow the work culture etiquette, the dress, the formal dressing, and everything is very, very important. So audio conferencing is nothing but, people living in two to three different locations. You all might have done con call so many times. Conference calling, that is audio conferencing. You might have called your friends. Like, if I have to say the same thing to one person, today, of course, you all have WhatsApp technology, so you might be connecting with them in that manner. But phone calls are also free these days, so you can easily have a this thing, conference calling. So locations use technology like a conference bridge to hold an audio call. Audio conferencing is different from a traditional phone. Why? All participants dial into a central system that connects them instead of directly dialing each other. So slight difference is, when you do a teleconferencing, it is different, but in companies where audio conferencing calls are generally done, what do? They dial into a system, and automatically whoever, like how you send mails, you can group together and do a group mailing. How on WhatsApp, if you have a group of friends, 4 to 5 friends are there, you can call them up at the same time. And even in the group calling also, you can have only 8 people at a time, so you can select those 8 people. But if you have a limited number of friends anyway, like your group is small, you friends, then you can directly make a call. So at one go, everybody will receive the call. Here, what happens when you're doing a teleconferencing, telephonic conference call, you need to put the other person on hold, and then you need to call. If you all have used it, have you all used it, children? Has everyone used it at some point of time or the other?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you all are familiar with that technique. You talk to the only thing is sometimes it becomes irritating. You don't know whether the other person is listening or not. See what happens if I call up three or four people together, and if I'm talking, I don't know I'm talking to you. Supposing one XYZ X I'm talking to. I don't know if Y and Z are listening or responding because suddenly they go quiet. I may be making a casual this thing, but I don't know. Then I need to ask, are you there? Are you listening? Are you there? Why are you there? Z. Sometimes it is irritating also. So audio conferencing is a telephone meeting conducted between separate callers. So three callers define a conference. Of course, two people means you naturally call it's a single individual call. So at least three people you need to have, then only you can call it as a con call. The type of telephone used can vary, but usually or typically it includes attendees that use handheld wired phones, especially I'm talking about office situation. Conference room speaker, sometimes they have these speaker phones also. A lot of companies, high end, like you have got companies, big companies like TCS or Infosys, and all these big companies or Reliance. These people have got a particular conference room where when you put a call on hold, many people can hear or listen to you at the same time. What better example to give you than when you have shows, live shows and all, when you are calling people on the show, like those people come to the show, so they go live and they speak to them. Even in news channels, you get to hear the reporters are in different areas, they make a con call and then they talk, and then you get the photo. You are shown a photo, this person is speaking right now. So conference room speaker phones that can be shared by several